She said it so casually, without even looking at me, her eyes locked on the glow of her phone. I have a date. 3 words, dropped like they meant nothing, as if she were reminding me the dishwasher had finished its cycle. Clean. Simple. Deliberate. I studied her face, that smug little grin curling at her lips, the kind of smile someone wears when they believe the victory is already theirs. What she didn't understand was that the game she thought she was playing had ended long before, and I was no longer a participant. A year earlier, those same words would have ripped me apart. Back then, we were the couple people admired. The ones hosting dinners for friends, sneaking glances across crowded rooms, whispering dreams in the dark while stale popcorn crackled between us and old films flickered on the screen. I believed in all of it. I believed in her. She had crafted the perfect performance, saying the right words, doing the right things. And I thought we were building something lasting. But I was the only one stacking bricks, the only one laying foundations. She was never building with me. The signs started small. Late nights at the office that didn't add up. A sudden obsession with the gym. Hours unaccounted for. A phone that was now locked, for security. She stopped laughing at my jokes, stopped looking at me when I spoke. Instead, she stared down at her phone, her fingers flying across the screen while I sat there waiting for her attention. I gave her the benefit of the doubt because trust makes fools of us all. It blinds you, keeps you soft, until the truth slaps you in the face. It happened on a gray Tuesday, rain sliding down the windows. She was in the shower when I reached into her bag to grab a charger. Her phone lit up before I even touched it. Can't wait for tonight. Same room. I froze. I didn't feel rage, not yet. At first, it was only silence, a strange, cold awareness pressing into my chest. I set the phone back exactly where I found it, my hands steady. Confrontation? That was for the desperate. And I wasn't desperate. I was calculating. That night, I lay beside her in bed, listening to her breathe, memorizing the scent of cologne that wasn't mine clinging to her skin. It wasn't pain I felt, it was precision. Focus. My mind sharpened into strategy. Quietly, methodically, I began collecting. GPS logs. Cloned messages. Account activity. I tracked her every step without her suspecting a thing. Every hotel room. Every dinner charge. Every hidden transaction. And then I found him. Ethan Rollins. Junior executive. Married. Predictable. He wasn't special, just convenient. But then I discovered his wife, Julia. She didn't cry when I told her. She laughed, actually laughed, before sliding a folder across the table filled with her own evidence. We traded secrets like seasoned operatives in a war neither of us had chosen. But both of us were determined to win. From that moment, we weren't abandoned spouses anymore. We were allies. I hired a private investigator. Ruthless. Efficient. Not cheap. Worth every cent. Within weeks, I had everything. Photos, recordings, dates, receipts. Enough leverage to crush her illusions and dismantle their little game. But I wasn't finished. She and I still shared a business, or so she thought. On the surface, it looked like ours. In reality, I had structured it so I owned the patents, the trademarks, the licenses. While she was lost in her affairs, I was quietly rewriting contracts, reassigning shares, cutting her out of rooms she didn't even know existed. By the time she realized, the ground beneath her had already disappeared. Last Thursday, I told her I'd made dinner reservations. Somewhere upscale. A surprise. She looked thrilled, her eyes lighting up like a jackpot winner. She wore the red dress she had chosen the night we signed our first deal together. A full circle, though she didn't know it. She looked radiant, polished. And completely unaware she was walking into her own ending. The restaurant was glass and skyline, the city glittering beneath us. We had the best view in the house. She swirled her wine, smiling at me with that practiced ease. "So what's the occasion?" she asked, smug and certain. I slid a folder across the table. She laughed at first, a brittle sound, until she flipped it open. Inside was everything. Evidence of her affair. Proof of funds she'd siphoned. Documentation of NDA violations. A letter from Ethan's soon-to-be ex-wife's attorney naming her directly. Her confident mask cracked. The smirk evaporated. Her hand trembled as she reached for her glass. This isn't, she started. It is, I said, calm, steady. You're out. Assets are frozen. Ethan is under investigation. You're named in the lawsuit. Her lips parted, then closed again. She was silent, cornered. Finally, her voice softened, small and almost childlike. I still love you, she whispered. I know, I replied, rising to my feet. Enjoy your date. And I left. Now I sit alone in what used to be ours. What is only mine now. The skyline outside feels quieter, more honest. I replay the nights I defended her, the truths I ignored, the trust one wasted. People say revenge is born from anger. They're wrong. It isn't rage, it's clarity. It's the process of reclaiming every piece of yourself until no lie can rattle you again. I don't miss her. I miss the illusion of who I thought she was. That version no longer exists. And now, every time she tries to rebuild, every time my name surfaces in a boardroom, every time she pours a glass of wine waiting for someone who won't arrive, she will remember this night. Because once I did show up. And I ended it not with fury, but with precision, with silence, and with a sentence that will haunt her forever. Enjoy your date.